Okay, Emerson's Nature, Section 8, Prospects, continuing on with it. The perception of this class of truth makes the attraction which draws men to science, but the end is lost sight in attention to the means. In view of this half sight of science, we accept the science of Plato, that poetry comes nearer to vital truth than history. Yeah, that's an interesting thing, right? You could be a research scientist, maybe somebody studying bugs, right? And never see a bug in your life, right? Well, I mean, you see bugs, but yeah, I mean, never really see the bugs, in their habitat in a natural state, or even see the bugs. You might be just doing some type of chemical research on some part of their body, right? Every surmise and vaticination of the mind is entitled to a certain respect, and we learn to prefer imperfect theories and sentences which contain glimpses of truth to digested systems systems which have no one valuable suggestion. A wise writer will feel that the ends of study and composition are best answered by announcing undiscovered regions of thought, and so communicating through hope new activity to the torpid spirit. I shall therefore conclude this essay with some traditions of man and nature, which a certain poet sang to me, and which, as they have always been in the world and perhaps reappear to every bard, may be both history and prophecy. The foundations of man are not in matter, but in spirit. But the elementary spirit is eternity. To it, therefore, the longest series of events, the oldest chronologies, are young and recent. In the cycle of the universal man, from whom the known individuals proceed, centuries are points, and all history is but the epoch of one degradation. We distrust and deny inwardly our sympathy with nature. We own and disown our relation to it by turns. We are like Nebuchadnezzar, dethroned, bereft of reason, and eating grass like an ox. But who can set limits to the remedial force of spirits? In that truth, we deny our relations with nature. We see ourselves as separate from it. Continuing on. A man is a god in ruins. When men are innocent, life shall be longer, and shall pass into immortal as gentle as we awake from dreams. Now the world would be insane and rabid if these disorganizations should last for 100 years. It is kept in check by death and infancy. Infancy is the perpetual Messiah, which comes into the arms of fallen men and pleads with them to return to paradise. Man is a dwarf of himself. Once he was permeated and dissolved by spirit. He filled nature with his overflowing currents. Out from him sprang the sun and moon. From man the sun, from woman the moon. The laws of his mind, the periods of his actions, he externized himself into day and night, into the year and the seasons. But having made for himself this huge shell, his waters retired. He no longer fills the veins with veinlets. He is shrunk to a drop. He sees that the structure still fits him, but fits him colossally. Rather, once it fitted him. Now it corresponds to him from far and on high. He adores timidly his own work. Now is man the follower of the sun, the woman the follower of the moon. Yet sometimes he starts in slumber and wonders at himself and his house, and muses strangely at the resemblance betwixt him and it. He perceives that if his law is still paramount, if still he have elemental power, if his word is sterling yet in nature, it is not conscious power. It is not inferior, but superior to his will. It is instinct. Thus, my Orphic poet sang. That was a long quote, but some interesting things he chooses to highlight.